What is up, guys? Sam from the Buy Forever family back with another video, and this one, it's another one of those cleanup gotcha fam videos. It's going to be coming out of the AWL. I'm not sure if this attack was going to be featured or not, but figured why not? Let's take a look at it. And it gave me some great stuff for this. So this one is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones. It's not one where normally we see same town hall level versus same town hall level. I have done where we've kind of seen the progression of attacks, but this one is going to be first an 11v12 attempt on this, and then the 12v12 that ended up tripling it. So this one did take us 2 hits. Here is the base that we're going to be looking at, number 11 Deem from the OFW AWL War. And let's talk about this. Now, obviously you can see there, down there in the bottom quarter, Queen Cordelia is the one who got this done. But my 11 was the one that scouted this base, and so I came up with the plan on this one, thinking that it was something that we can get done. And let me talk about why I thought that I could. And I'm going to use my little draw tool just to kind of work through the plan first, and then we'll watch the replay, and then we'll go in and see the adjustments that QC made on this one. So looking at this base as an 11, it is possible to 11v12. It is a little bit tougher when they're the max Giga Teslas. But, you know, the plans can be there. If the plan is solid, it can be executed. And so what I saw on this base was a queen walk or a queen charge into a LaLo. Now, I wanted to make sure that I ensured the double on this base first. So I wanted to start the queen charge right up here. And I'm using, I guess, red today. So I wanted to start the queen charge here. She was going to take care of the town hall right there. Also, when she stepped up, would be engaging the enemy CC. And then hopefully she was going to walk up this direction, wall break her in to this compartment by using the king and a couple of wizards. So a Kiwi walk that would go around the outside here. And allow the queen to push in, take care of this air defense, and then do a second layer wall break to get her in for the second air defense, as well as take care of this eagle in here. Now, all of that is going to take quite a bit of time. You can see there's some storages along the outside. You know, being patient enough to get through the double layer wall break, getting through the CC, getting through the eagle. That's a lot to work through. But the reason that I thought that this plan had some value, and hopefully my draw tool is going to be working today, that I can actually change this color and it will work out for me, and it seems to have. The reason that I thought this plan could work is I'm looking down here at the queen, and there is no splash damage around her. So I was fairly confident that we could get a Skelly spell kill on the queen. Now, with most of the base down, obviously I would be starting the LaLo down in this area, so I could start the Hound to fly over, freeze the Inferno, drop the Skelly spell, drop a Rage, and then the LaLo would kind of work its way around the outside of the base this way. Now, obviously you can see there is a lot of air targeting defenses, all of those archer towers on the back end, but that really wasn't too much of a worry. You know, really I was thinking about overwhelming the base here, and then obviously, you know, just putting down some minions and such, and then basically the LaLo would finish up somewhere around here. Now, being the fresh hit, not exactly sure what's going to happen with all of that, but that was the basic plan on the base that I was going to try to exploit for this one. So I'm going to clear all of this off, and let's back out of this, and I got to get back to my actual attack. So let's go into my team, and it looks like base 11 I scouted first, and we'll take a look at this plan. Now, you can take a look at the comp there down at the bottom. It is going to be that queen walk into the LaLo. You can see dropping an early loon, scouting for that Sam, which did end up being there. A lot of people are trapping their town halls with all of the Teslas. So that is one of the things that, again, it's great scout information to have here, to know that the all the Teslas are there, because I don't have to worry about them on my LaLo pathing. If it was going to mess up the LaLo, it could have been something. Now you can see using a wizard out there to get some nice funneling done, making sure that the queen is going to walk the direction that we intend for her to go. And yeah, so handling all those Teslas, handling the Giga Bomb with a Rage spell, and then the queen is going to step up right here And this is where a couple of mistakes were starting to be made. So right here, if I take a quick pause, you can see the CC is coming out. The queen is engaging 3-point defenses all at once. So we've got the archer tower, we've got 2 X-bows, and then the CC. That is not the ideal way for your queen to be dealing with the CC. So that is one adjustment we're going to talk about that was made. Also, starting that Kiwi walk so early is another thing that you're going to see here just momentarily. So have to burn this second rage right here on the queen as she encounters this CC, gets the wall break. But because of the funneling right here, the queen wants to go to that archer tower, to this expo. She steps into Inferno tower range. Try to save it by dropping the free spell, and look where she goes, because the funnel was just a little bit too good on that right-hand side. Now, this is where everything kind of goes into panic mode. The queen is, trying to do some funneling, trying to drop some troops, trying to wall break in to get to this Inferno, try to save it, pops the ability. And right there, I should have dropped the Skelly spell to distract the Inferno even more. I waited. I got too late. The Inferno retargets the queen, and that's the end of her. And basically, that's the end of the raid. Because obviously not going to get the value that I really wanted to out of that queen charge, and have to really, really get lucky for anything to happen here. Obviously, the queen is still up. Both the Infernos are still up. I still have all 4 air defenses up. But going to go ahead and send in the loons, try to get as much information as I can about just air traps in general. And this one does, we'll 2x through this. It does still get pretty deep into the base. You can see that's not where the blimp was supposed to come in, but at least, have some ideas about what the front half of this one looks like. You can see it all goes downhill very, very quickly. And yeah, so not the best execution on that one, but it happens. So let's jump into the hit by QC. Let's take a pause at the very beginning of it and see what changes that she has made. Now, obviously, as a 12, she has a couple of more troops. She has those max level loons, so that's going to help out quite a bit. The max hounds, and she also has a max queen, so that helps. But everything is basically going to be the exact same. The exact same walk, the exact same start here. Obviously, the change that we talked about making was not starting that Kiwi so early, so that those gold storages or those gold collectors are still up for the queen to pull her down towards 7 o'clock so that we can get the wall break in and get the queen moving. So let's just go ahead and hit play and take a look at it. Because the plan, we talked about it, we talked about what was supposed to happen, and this one basically goes as we thought that it was going to. Now, one adjustment, obviously, QC bringing in that baby drag in a little bit different of a spot. It's going to funnel much, much more of that 11 to 12 o'clock area, just because she can get the value out of that. You can see the queen is still doing her thing. She is going to handle that Giga Tesla, as well as those Teslas that are outside there. And then as soon as it goes down, the wizard comes down to funnel her further into this area. And then the very next thing that she does is extremely smart here. Drops down a haste spell and a couple of loons and sends it in to get that archer tower. Now, because of that, obviously, it would have helped with the point defenses a little bit. Unfortunately, the queen stepped over, so she still had a bunch of point defense on her. Did have to burn that second rage early in the queen walk. That was not ideal. But you can see the queen is definitely pulling in the right direction now. Here comes the wall break. A little mistake there. 6 wall breakers go down. It should have just been 4. And so now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. She's got to be real patient to get this double layer wall break in to that second compartment. You can see queen finally wraps around. She's going to go. She's going to get that air defense. Drops in the wall breakers. And giant bomb. So not going to get the double layer break, but does have 1 air defense down. And look at where the queen is, and look what the king has cleared with the Kiwi. Right, so where does the queen have to go? The healers are being tagged by that air defense, but she's got to beat through that wall. And once she gets through that wall, she can still do exactly what we planned. So brings in the loons, brings in the hound, brings in the warden, goes ahead, gets the rage Skelly down for the queen. And look at these loons just pathing straight to where they need to go. The queen does get the air defense taken care of. It wouldn't have mattered. That hound was down anyway. You can see things getting a little hectic. Pops that warden ability as he is taking care of the enemy queen. In fact, the warden is what's going to snipe her down. But look at what is left over in this one. Not a whole lot. And the queen eventually works her way to that eagle. So it goes down, freezes that backside air defense. That probably, in my opinion, not the greatest freeze. Given the fact that she was going into a Wizard Tower Expo in the last compartment. That would have been much higher value freeze. But gets it done, and look at the time ticking down in this one. Warden still up, Queen still up, Pup still up, finishing it up and getting it cleaned up. That is exactly how you want to clean up to go. Beautiful job. Great planning on the original hit. And then obviously very, very beautiful execution by QC in that one, getting it cleaned up. But I hope you guys like this. I haven't done a cleanup episode in quite some time, so I wanted to get a new one. That was one that I felt like really worked. We saw the idea for the plan, scouted it, and were able to go in and clean it up with a few tweaks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I surely enjoyed watching QC get it done after my scout, but that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys continue to enjoy these cleanup episodes. Let me know what town hall you would like to see it at in the next one. We see a lot of cleanups at, obviously, 10v10, 11v11, 12v12. So let me know what you guys would prefer to see, and I'll be on the lookout for the next ones. But that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is Sam. Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.